So we put up these flyers on our campus that said, Jesus is getting kicked out of church in North Philly. That preaches, right? Jesus is getting kicked out of church. And we said, come to a meeting. And we had this meeting. We were expecting just like a handful of crazy kids on our campus. But over 100 people showed up. And we began to come alongside those families. And those families were an incredible expression of community like I had never seen before. You know, we were in the cathedral, and we knew the clock was ticking. So we began to come down, and we would spend the night there with the homeless families. And some crazy stuff happened. I remember one time that there was a church congregation that came, and they gave us this box. And on it said, for the homeless. We got kind of excited, you know. We're like, oh, great, let's open it up. You know, we opened it up, and the box was filled with microwave popcorn. Yeah, which was weird because, like, we barely had electricity, much less a microwave, and popcorn wasn't, like, at the top of the needs list. You know what I mean? And then that same week, there was another group of visitors that came to the abandoned cathedral to visit the families, and all the news followed them. And we found out that it was the mafia. They came and they gave thousands of dollars to the families. They gave turkeys to each family because it was almost Thanksgiving, and they gave every kid a bike. And I'm sitting there going, well, I guess God can use the mafia, but we'd like God to use the church. You know what I mean? And there was a moment there where I said to my friend Brooke, I said, you know, I was crying. And she said, what's wrong? And I said, you know, I think I've lost hope in the church. And she said to me, I'll never forget what she said. She said, no. You may have lost hope in, you know, the religion or the institutions or all of that, but you haven't lost hope in the church because this is the church. And there was a moment where we began to redefine what it meant to be church. And a lot of us, we were sort of recovering folks from a lot of pain in the church. Some of us Catholic, some Protestant. But there came a moment where we said, we're going to stop complaining about the church that we've experienced, and we're going to be the church that we dream of. Amen? And some of you here tonight, you may be done with a lot of the church that has excluded you or the church that's judged you or shunned you. And I think it's time that a lot of us are saying, let's go beyond that. You know, let's be the church that we dream of. And that's kind of what we did. We got together and we started looking around. We said, you know, we're not inventing this, though. Let's figure out people that can teach us how to love better.